Wrong button. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Soloing the Ark. I'm Phlinger, and today we're going to be continuing on with our beginner's guide as we get into how to tame different dinosaurs and all sorts of other stuff like that. So in the last video, we ended up making this little shed to keep us alive. Well, now we're going to start actually branching out into what do we do inside of that. First things first, you're going to want a mortar and pestle, and you're going to want narcotics. Okay, so with these right here, they're going to help you actually make the stuff to knock things out. So let's make sure we've got... Go get some stone. Also, we want to make sure that we can... keep harvesting up berry bushes. So where we get narco berries. Those are going to be one of the most important things. Also, we're going to have to go see if we can go clear out some of the dodos and stuff like that in order to be able to get things to keep things knocked out. All right, that is the basic mechanics of the knockout method. There are different types of taming things that you can get. I'm getting all that stone. Sorry about that. All right, there are 3 different ways of taming in this game. One is active, which is a knockout tame. Oh, that's full. We don't need to see. Yeah, active taming is knockout taming. Passive taming is where you walk up behind it and you feed it things, or you know, more specifically, you stick things up their butt, because that's generally what it looks like. And then the third one is hatch taming, where you go and you steal one of their eggs and then you hatch it up. Hatch taming is generally the least interactive one. That you're basically just raising a baby and you're imprinting it. But those ones can they can be a challenge in themselves. So yeah. All right, let's put that over there. All right, now that we've got that, we've also got a little bit of narco berries. But let's go fill up this with a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be weighing us down. That way there we can move freely. Okay, also another thing we're going to want, just in case, while we're out and about, we're going to want a club. I know, it's weird. All right, but no, we're because clubs actually, while they do damage, they also do torpor damage. And torpor damage is what you use to keep things unconscious. This right here, torpidity right here. Our goal is to take and say any wild creature that we find that we want is to raise its torpor to the point that it passes out, which is usually 100%. So let's go with that, over that, crafting. And I want 2 of these just so we can cycle through them. Also, I want the materials in my inventory to be able to repair them on the fly. You know, we'll just put them right up here. Okay, so let's get out. Let's go see if we can go find ourselves like some dodos or something like that. Just some sort of meat that we can spoil. Okay, that Spino down there is still keeping things. Yeah, that Spino, he's just a hard check. You cannot go that way. We cannot go that way. Okay, there's a Pegomastax over there. Pegos, those guys suck because they will actually take your stuff that's on your hotbars. If you have something in your 0 slot, they will definitely take it. But if you take and you put berries inside of your 0 slot, they'll take those berries and they'll actually use it to tame them. Yeah. Also, as you notice, I went and I picked up that berry bush. If you have the Lost Colony expansion, you can also earn skill points just by doing things, by playing the game. And then this is how you act. This is how you check that up inside of here. I'm not going to be covering that right now. That's for a later video. But if you want to jump into full depth on that, just let me know down in the comments down below. But yeah, all right, let's get back into this taming dinosaurs thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take these, put those over here. Also, do I have any measure berries up here? Measure berries tame things the best. Out of all the berries. The red berries, the blueberries, the yellow berries, the cyan berries, the Megan berries, the verd berries, all of them do the same job. Go 4 stacks. Okay. All of them do the exact same job for taming, But measure berries give just a little bit extra. That makes measure berries the most preferred one if you're going to be taming with berries. From berries, it goes up to grown vegetables is the next highest one. After that, it goes to algae that you can pull off a turtle. We haven't got to that stage yet, but yeah, once you get to once you tame a turtle, you can pull algae off his back. It'll just grow on it, and then it basically works as a increased grown crops. It's pretty good. A lot of people call it the herbivore mutton because that's what it is. You'll know what that means later on when you get a little bit higher level. Mutton comes from ovis, which is really good for carnivores. Let's see. There you are. All right, I'm just going to let this guy take my berries. All right, now that he's done, I'm going to take this. Put that right there. I'm kind of just going to chase him. Oh, he's almost tamed already. Actually, I'm going to take half of those. All right, this is how you do a passive tame. There are other passive tames where you can sneak up behind it and feed it passively. But this right here, this is a different style of passive tame. Passive tame is the most varied style of taming that they have in this game. They have all sorts of different ones. Now, he's going to come back up to me. Take that, and he's now ours. And these guys, by the way, you will come to hate Pegomastax. They will pick things from you. We're just going to call this guy Rogue. Put him up on our shoulder. Just like that. Now, this guy right here, shoulder pets, they have a specific use. Now, this shoulder pet right here, he's not going to do anything other than just be the most cutest little guy right there. I mean, come on, look at that. That's a face only. I'm not even sure your mother loves it. But you know what? That's his face. So he's learning how to deal with it. All right, so if you go up like this, you hold R, and you open up this wheel. Now, from here, we can go into his inventory, and then we can either throw him, we can go back, or we can access his inventory. Now, the berries that didn't tame him, the ones that overtamed him, are actually located inside of here. And since he eats berries, we're going to want to feed him some. So put that in there. But notice, everything that we put inside of his inventory, here, let me show you. Now, let's just put all of it. All right. He's got 27.9 weight. All right. So if we throw him down, we have 25.9. So if we pick him up, we'll have what, 54 weight, 55 weight. We actually have 39.5. Everything that we put in his inventory when he's on our shoulder is reduced by half. Yeah, it's pretty dang good. So all shoulder pets have this function. So when you have the opportunity, get a shoulder pet, get one. Trust me, it will save you a whole bunch. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm going to keep those. You can have the rest. All right, dude. All right, so even though this guy is ugly as sin, he's going to be our buddy because he is a shoulder pet and he reduces the weight of the bunch of stuff that we carry. And with being a Pegomastax, even a level 15 Pegomastax still has a 60 weight. So, pretty good. All right, now let's get down here and let's go see if we can go find something else so we can do an active knockout. Okay, now here that we're here, we're going to want to take out these dodos because we need meat, a lot of meat. That was a little bit quicker than I had expected. Okay, now also, one thing I want to discuss is you see that they've got babies? Anything with a baby, no matter how passive it is, will aggro on you if you are aggressive towards the parents or the baby. So yeah, be very, very careful of that. But also, if you do see babies, now that we've killed the parents on this, we can actually claim this, and this would be ours. Yeah, see right there, imprint on Dodo. That means he could be ours, and we could love him, and he would be amazing. I don't want that right now. What I want to go take out his buddies over here. And that's how you easily get baby dinosaurs. There are certain things, if you were to tame that, if we were to imprint on him, he would always be, he was what, level 95? Let me see, yeah, it's 95, I believe, right? Yeah, 95. He will be 95, but we'll eventually be able to grow him up. There is another dino in the game called the Gigantoraptor, or the Giga Chicken is what I like to call it. Because it looks like a big giant chicken. That you can actually pick them up and you can get bonus levels by claiming it with the Giga Chicken. Pair this up. And I keep equipping them. You know, I'm just going to swap these. I mean, the torch does do damage, so, but it's not the spiral out damage. But the torch does do some pretty serious damage. Okay, so we've got 39 meat. What I want to do, the reason why we're killing all these dodos, one is we need extra meat because we've only got 12. But also, we need to spoil some out because the recipe for the narcotics that I told you to learn earlier is 1 spoiled meat, 5 narco berries. Now, what this does is this, you can actually take and make things with narcotics that increase the amount of torpor that they take, or once something is unconscious, you can feed it these, and it will actually keep it unconscious longer. So, while I told you in the last video that every narco berry is worth 7.5 torpor, this right here is worth 5 of those. So, yeah. So, this is 35. Yeah. Okay, and also, while this is a turtle, this is not the turtle I was talking about. The other turtles are much bigger, and, yeah. Not that turtle. That's a carbo animus. I don't have a turtle here for example's sake, or else I would definitely 100% show you the turtle I'm talking about. Okay, now it looks like we can't go this far. I was hoping to be able to find a Parasaur over here, but looks like nothing's here. So, go down this way. Also, I definitely want to keep an eye on the spoil timer on this, because if it gets down low, we may as well just spoil it out and then use it as... Now, I'm going to take this guy out, too. This will give us lots of spoiled meat. Now, here, let me show you something. If you're looking for very, very quick fried meat, all babies have a very high chance of giving you fried meat. And fried meat is actually better for taming. They're basically the vegetables to carnivore. You know how I said that it goes from berries to vegetables to... algae, and then it moves on into kibble. For carnivores, it goes raw meat, prime meat, mutton, kibble. And never use cooked meat for taming. Unless if you're taming things that like cooked mutton. Thylacoleo is one that likes cooked mutton. Also, if we're looking for really quick and easy meat, if we have a spear in our hand and we go and we spear a fish, it will immediately appear in our hand so we can drag it. Spearfishing is a thing at all. And this right here, we'll just immediately take this and split all this down. So where all of these ones are... their spoil timer is going, so where they'll all spoil out. And fish meat is not nearly as good for sustenance or taming or anything like that as just regular meat. Unless if you're taming something that only eats fish meat. Like a baryonyx. So there's a bunch of different little small things that you kind of have to learn and keep track of. But for the most part, everything sticks to the rules that from bottom to top, it's berry... berry, veggie, algae, kibble. Or meat, prime meat, mutton, kibble. this guy right here. And I know we're trying to get meat, but I actually... Head on a swivel here. That's baby pillow. I know we're trying to get meat here, but I absolutely need hide, so we're also getting some hide. Let's get over this way. Let's work our way down this side over here and see if we can find something down over on this side. Because one of the first things we absolutely want for our first tame, probably going to be a Parasaur. A Parasaur is a really good first tame. They're not a very good dino, but they're one that we can that will keep us alive. We can ride around on. They have a decent amount of weight, and also moving on into the mid game, they still have their uses. So they keep uses as they're going through the different aspects of the game, even though if you're not riding on them. So yeah. A Parasaur makes a really good first tame. Also, you have to be very careful. Some of these lakes actually have piranha in them. This one does not. But the one over on the other side of this, 100% does. There are ways of getting past piranha, but it takes a little bit of skill to get past them. Especially going out. And piranha do a lot of damage. Another Dillo. Another Pego. I'm just gonna sidestep the entire time. Alright, you can kill my berries. But we're just gonna kill him. Alright, come on, Rogue. Let's get our butt over here. What are you running from? Usually, whenever you see something running, it's for a reason. And that reason is usually something trying to take a bite out of it. Which means, whatever trying to take a bite out of it, definitely gonna try to take a bite out of you. And also remember, sidestepping is extremely effective. There's this guy. He's just going to keep coming back if we don't get rid of him. Thanks. Alright, and those elephants over there, they will aggro on you if you get too close. And they are very dangerous, so be very careful. A lot of Pegos here. I don't see a single Parasaur. More Dillos. And also, you'll notice, whenever I'm hungry, I will not feed myself up to full health. I just won't do it. Because as you take damage, if you eat, it will help heal you a little bit. So, and it's not a lot, but it's like 10 health for every meat, something like that. But it will be enough to get you out of a jam. So the reason why I don't feed myself all the way up to full is because if I get hit, I can get a really quick healing, like just a real quick healing potion, a small healing potion, just by eating 2 or 3 meat. But you can't do that if your food is full, because if it's not raising your food, it won't heal you. That's why I keep my food very, very low. Put this over in here. Here's some spoiled meat. Also, this stuff right here, you want to keep charcoal. Get some meat cooked for ourselves. We have... Oh, we have some. Right there. I'm going to get some meat cooked, and then we're going to go out looking for a Parasaur here soon. I have a feeling we're going to have to go through that jungle, which could be a little bit dangerous. All right, I'll bring you guys back in a bit when it's time to head through there. Also, one of the things that we've got now, we have access to the bow and the arrows. So we definitely want to learn these and get these on our hotbar. It will make a difference if we need to. All right, and that takes wood, and I'm burning all my wood. Go across over here while we're waiting. All right, we'll get a bow. Let's see, for another one. And I actually like to have 2 bows on my hotbars. And I'll explain here in just a moment. All right, so we take this, put that down there. Sure, we'll put that there for now. Put that there. And that there. Okay. Let's get a whole bunch of flits so we can start making a bunch of arrows. Missing fiber. It's always a never-ending search for resources. Okay, now the reason why I have 2 bows on hand, and also make sure you load them, so where you take it like this. Now, if we need to, let's load that one. We can immediately swap between the 2. So whereas one of them gets beat up and gets damaged, and say if it breaks in our hands, we can immediately have another one right there ready to go. So it basically doubles the amount of bow durability that we have. Right, more of this. Also, as I'm going, whenever I loot a piece of metal, keep that. This stuff right here, extremely valuable. Extremely. All the way up until we get to where we can smelt it. So, yeah. Make sure you keep... Oh, give me that back. I hate it when it reorganizes my inventory. Crafting... More of those. We're moving slow for a sec. Alright, Rogue, let's see if we can get up in there. Quest to find a Parasaur is on. I mean, if we can find something else, we will definitely go with it. But a Parasaur would be pretty huge. Now it's going to get pretty thick in here, so we need to make sure that we're keeping an eye on everything around us. Switching different views. And looking out like this so we can see around us. But aiming is so much easier when you're like this. But you get there's a Parasaur right there. Okay, this right here is what we're looking for. This guy is level 10. That'll work. Okay, so now the easiest way we do with this Make sure our shoulder pet isn't going to attack it. And then we use one of our bolas. And we will immediately start smacking it in the face with our club. Just constantly. Just hold down the button and go and just keep whacking it as fast as you can until he does that. Right like that. Exactly. That's what you want. Alright, now that he's got like that, we're going to want to clear this area up around here so we can see things. Because bad things will come up and try to eat him. So let's gather up some of these bamboo, which are just berry bushes with a different skin, where we can see around him. And very, very careful to make sure nothing, including us, hits him. All right, now let me explain something to you here really quick. Measure berries are the berries we're going to be feeding this guy. And I'm looking over there in the corner. That's the measured on it. Okay. All right. So, notice here, right here, he has the unconscious meter. This right here is his level of torpor, right there. All right. And then the bottom one is his the taming bar. Now, once we put meat on or berries on him, watch this. A couple things are going to appear. He is 42.7% tamed, and his effectiveness right there, that's how many of these bonus levels he's gonna get. You want to make sure that he has the highest taming effectiveness that you possibly can. It gets more and more as you get up to the very high level ones. Now we've got a parry. Good job, dude. Come on. Now he will automatically follow us. Now if we want him to stop following us, look at him and you press U. But if you want him to follow us, you just look at him and press T, and he'll automatically have him follow. I'm sorry, console. I'm not sure what the hotkeys are for those on the controller. All right, come on, dude. Now we're going to get him back down here so where we can get a saddle put on him. Because he will... I mean, he's not going to be, like, super good because he's only level 10. Oh, there's a... Hey! If you want to save the arrow, you can just switch over. All right. I think that's a level 25 Parasaur. We may want the second Parasaur. And these things right here, those the Ichthyornis that I just shot out of the air, those guys will steal anything from your inventory. So either avoid them or kill them. Are you 25? Is that what I saw? Level 10. Okay, never mind. Okay, come on, Perry. And there's another one. People have not so lovingly nicknamed them Steely Birds for that obvious reason. That they will take whatever they take, you cannot get back. Like the Pegomastax over there, we got that stuff back. Those guys, they'll just eat it. Seagulls suck. All right, come on, Perry. Okay. Thanks, Perry. Apparently, he really likes those berries we gave him. All right, come on, dude. All right, go there. All right, that's there. Keep that. Put that right there. Get that cooking some more. Still waiting on some. We've got 17 spoiled meat. Get this right over here. Spoiled meat. Narco berries. And also, one of the best things about making narcotics, other than the fact that you have narcotics, is... Oh, and also, by the way, I just queued them all up by pressing A when I was moused over it. They give really, really good XP. Here, let me show you. I mean, yeah, really good XP. Look at this, just start chunking. Yeah. Early game, narcotics are amazing. Yeah, look at that. Just chunk, chunk, chunk. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Okay, so now we want to open up our engrams list up here. And we want to go down, scroll down until we find Parasaur saddle, right here. Okay, so with that we need hide. It's crafting. We need wood, 15 wood. Seems like that's the one resource I'm constantly out of. And I've cut down all my trees over. There's a Parasaur. And since our parry is only level 10, we want to keep an eye out for higher level. 35. Because we want a higher level one in order to 10 get us up to the top of that mountain right up there. That's going to be the next adventure we go on. I think you're the best one we've got. Come on, dude. That bullet won't last forever. Right, there you go. All right, so we got 2 Parasaurs knocked out. This guy's running for his life. Now, we have to be careful with that because if they've got babies, they will come try and eat us. I believe I did see one over there with a baby. All right, let's make this. Once we have this, put that up there. Got 150 health now. All right, now we can actually hop on this guy. We can ride him. And then we can use his left click attack to start harvesting berries for us. Which dramatically increases the speed at which we gather berries. Unfortunately, though, we don't get the fiber in the berries. We just get the berries themselves. But we get a ton of narco berries and get a ton of measure berries. And measure berries is what we wanted. Also, I know it's gross, but you want to pick up all the poop that you can that comes out of these guys. We need that for crops early on. Alright, that's where I left you. I put that in you. And you notice how this guy right here, I smacked him once, but his taming is going up much slower than the lower level one did. As they get higher level, they get much harder to tame. All right, and there we go. So we got Parry 2. I may not be the best tamer of Parasaur. All right, come on, Parry 2. Let's get over here. All right, now that we've got this, now there's a couple different special uses that you can use these for. Now I'm going to take this right here, and I'm going to put it over on the other one. But you'll notice that this right here, the 25, that means this actually provides 25 armor to this. So, yeah, there's a mathematical formula that goes, it's not a direct, 25 less damage, but it is, it's math to figure out how much damage they actually take. Let's see, that guy right there. I'm going to put this on Parry 2. Because Parry 2 is going to be the one we ride for the most part. And then now that we've got this, This guy right here, we can actually take this guy. We can hold the use button on this guy. We can open up. We can see all this stuff that we can do. Now we've got behavior. We've got modify ordering. We've got harvest settings. We can tell him if we want to harvest berries or not. Not autonomously. When we're riding on him, if he will actually harvest berries, you can turn that off so you don't overweight yourself when you're fighting on certain things. You can also go into the options. You can neuter them. You can copy. Show copy settings, visual range. You can export the dino. You can unclaim them. You can change their name. You can also track them via this. And then also, you can set up their alert settings. Now, Parasaurs, they have a special thing, and it's called turret mode. Now, what this does, like this, he pings like that, and he will sit still. Now, whenever there is anything in the immediate vicinity that is aggressive, or has the potential to be aggressive, he will highlight it and ping it. Now we just have to look for it. It's going to show up as a little red ping. Sometimes they're a little bit hidden. I actually think it's probably one of these ichthyosaur. Ichthyornis is over on the other side of this rock. Oh no, right there. It's a megalodon in the water, right there. Okay. Super, super handy. Now you can actually do this while you're riding him, just like this, by right-clicking. And it'll highlight. Just like that. But also, Parasaurs, being very scared and very skittish, they have another special ability. If you use their C attack, that right there, it's a bellow. It's a once every 2-minute ability that anything caught in that codal AoE of that bellow will run. So yeah, it'll keep you safe if you use it properly. Nice. Take that. Take that. Make sure you guys aren't following me into the fire. Keeping that. Make sure you pick some place where you put all of the poops. Remember also, your inventory, see, look at this. 31.35 on the spoil time. Put it in here, and it is 2 hours. They are dinosaurs and other things. Inventory is generally it's a little refrigerated. So yeah, if you need to extend something spoil timer before you get any kind of refrigeration, stick it inside of one of your dinos. Just make sure it doesn't eat. Put that in there. It's right here. Gather you. Start getting a whole bunch of narco berries. All of that. Now, on this guy, when I'm leveling him up, early levels, I want to see if I can get him up to about 1,000 health. Anything less than that, and just keep going for health, because that's it. We just need to be able to take a hit. We're not going to be face-taking anything. We're just going to be using that health bar to last until we can get away. All these in here, and then let's wait on all this stuff to spoil. Okay, so now while I'm waiting on this right here, it's got 7 minutes right here. What I want to do is, since we're gonna need more spoiled meat, that is, I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna start fishing a little bit. Here, let me show you. since we have everything spread out, take that up here. That like that. Use our pick. Everything that we just harvested now stacked onto that one because we had it split out. Now has the exact same spoil timer. It's a little trick. Now we can keep going, and that's what I plan on doing. Can't use a bow underwater for obvious reasons. Got that, and let's just split it back out. Just keep going. There are other ways of actually spoiling out more meat. Like later on, if you craft a toilet and you put a bunch of meat in the toilet, you can automatically spoil all of it out for obvious reasons. But yeah. See, there's the piranha. Piranha are coming, so there are ways of actually getting rid of them. See that? They deal a lot of damage, but if we get them up to the shore, we can actually kill them a lot easier this way. So matter of fact, if you are wanting to cross a body of water, spend a moment and actually lure all the piranha to the edge. You look at that. It'll be over there, and it'll come back this way here soon. As it gets close, then we come. Oh, hold on. Or we come back. And here he goes. Come back like this. We get a couple shots on him. Just like that. If you're going to cross a body of water that has piranhas in it, take a moment to do this. Because if you just jump in, chances are you're probably going to die. Another one over here, I can see him. There he is. Come on, dude. Come on. Here he comes. Really? Broke both of my spears, huh? Okay. So now that we've got that, we're going to split all this out. Also, this same spoil timer trick works on just about everything. Say if you've got a bunch of regular meat inside of a dinosaur, but you want it to get ready to spoil out, all you just put something in your inventory until it gets close, then transfer it over and let it stack on top of it. It works really, really well for doing that. Get up here. Wait for this. Also up here, there's a Mo shops as I'm harvesting up more narco berries. Now, Mo shops are passive tames, and they will actually harvest up raw prime fish meat. I don't have that. I have raw fish meat. But yeah, they will harvest up fiber from berries. So whenever you see a Mo shops early game, run up to it, just see what it wants. You may have what it wants. And then you can just feed it what it is and have what is a mount. You can ride it without a saddle, and they will actually harvest up a fiber from bushes, also berries and stuff as well, but also fiber. So it's pretty dang huge. Also, they get certain bonuses with specialized harvesting and everything. Mo shops are really good early game. And they can be used for superior kibble later on. And just like that right there, you've got 170 spoiled meat. Those will very quickly become 170 narcotics. There we go. All right, so while those go, I think that's probably going to do it for the video. So, yeah, that's how you tame a dinosaur. And next one, we will go, in the next episode, we will go out searching for crystal and metal, and I'll show you where to find those. It is actually pretty close by. So, yeah, I hope this video helps you out. If you haven't already, make sure you click that like button. I really appreciate it. If you're new around here, subscribe. And until next time, this is Phlinger, and take it easy, everybody.